Good evening and welcome. We are so glad to have you back with us, and we have an outstanding show scheduled for you tonight. First, we're going to have Great Basin College, and then we're going to have Nevada Department of Veteran Services. So all you veterans, you're going to have a lot of information coming up in just a few minutes. But first, we're going to talk all about Great Basin College. And I want to remind everyone, Great Basin College is not a community college, even though it's in our community. It is a four-year college, at least. You can receive bachelor degrees from Great Basin College, as well as associate degrees. And there are other things that they have as well. But today we have Eric Anderson, and he's going to be talking to us about some things that I'm not as familiar with, and maybe some of you are not as well. And he's going to enlighten us. He's a teacher, so he's going to teach us. So I want you to pay close attention. Get pencil and paper. We always say that. Write down any questions you may have, because you may want to call Great Basin and say, look, I saw this on TV, but I have a question about whatever. And the director, Diane Reitman, and her staff, they will answer any question you might have. So right now we have Eric Anderson. Eric, welcome to the show.
Nice to be here.
I'm glad to have you here, and you're going to be talking about machining and manufacturing.
Yeah, machining and manufacturing.
And when I was in college, I don't remember having any courses on machining and manufacturing.
Well, you know, it is in the Career and Technical Education Division. So we're kind of grouped in with diesel and welding and things of that nature.
So when you learn something in your classroom, this is something you can use in a career.
Exactly. This is tactical skills that you can actually bring to the workplace and what manufacturing employers are looking for.
Outstanding. I definitely want to hear more about this. For people that are interested, if they wanted to register, what do they need to do? When can they do it, and so on?
They can start to register for fall classes now, and all they need to do is the smartest thing to do would be to come down to the campus,
okay,
on Calveda, and talk to the staff there, and
okay,
they can get them all registered.
And they get registered, and then they're in the class. For those who are not familiar, as I was not, with machining and manufacturing, tell us more about that.
Absolutely. It's a new program here in Pahrump. It's called Manufacturing Machining Technology. I am the supervisor and the instructor for the classes right now. And what we teach are the baseline skills that you need to learn in order to get to be a good employee coming into the manufacturing industry. So we start off with kind of like foundation skills, how to use the different shop tools, how to use the different hand tools, how to be able to measure things into the 1/10,000th of an inch type.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so very precise measuring. There's not very many tape measures laying around in a machine shop.
True.
Right.
Okay.
So we learn how to use micrometers and calipers and all those things. We learn how to read blueprints and be able to make something to those blueprints. And we start off using manual tools like lathes and mills and saws and drill presses, things of that nature. That's pretty much the first year of the program. And we work your knowledge up until you can get to the second year of the program, which is more technologically based. We start working with computer-aided manufacturing programs and CNC machines. Some people might be familiar with the manufacturer Haas. We have about $300,000 worth of CNC equipment in our building, brand new equipment, and so we teach you how to program those machines and run them and learn how to operate them correctly, which there's a lot to learn, but it's very rewarding. It's one of the few things that you could do and actually make something out of nothing, which is what I get excited about.
Well, when you mention that, the big part is the fact that when you finish this program, you can step right into a job.
Absolutely. There's a lot of manufacturers. Manufacturing in Southern Nevada is growing faster than just about any other industry. So there are a lot of employers out there looking for workers with the skills they need to be employed and stay employed.
That part is fantastic, and I know everybody's very interested in that. The other thing, you know, my background is education. And being in education, in a classroom, we may have 15, 20, 30 students. In this particular classroom, what's your max class size?
Yeah, the max class size is 12 right now for incoming students, because I only have 12 manual machines. I have 6 lathes and 6 mills. So
and these are expensive machines.
Yeah, they're expensive machines.
Okay.
And I have found in the past that buddying up on a machine doesn't work very well. Right? So everybody gets their own machine in it. And
okay.
The benefit of that is that I get a lot of one-on-one time with each one of the students.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's nice.
Okay. So with a max class size of 12, that means that anybody that's interested, they need to get registered now.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, they're going to be bumped out and have to wait.
It will fill up fast. We're expecting it to fill up quite quickly. And it's exciting. I've had a lot of good feedback. We've had 1 year of this program, and we're learning what to do in this particular area, and the students have reacted quite well to it, and they enjoy the class.
Okay. Well, I encourage anybody out there that's interested to call Great Basin College and get more information. You can always ask for Eric Anderson if you want to, or you can just say, I want to be in his class, I want to get more information. So this is great. Now, what about the high school students in dual enrollment? How does that fit in?
Yeah, right now that's been our really where we've been getting our students are. The high school students can take my class and get dual enrollment credit. That means they get college credit towards their either associate's degree or certificate or whatever they're going after.
Okay.
And they also get high school credit that fills up a certain amount of credits. I don't know exactly how the credit situation works in the high school, but I know that they get credit for that class.
And it counts toward graduation for high school.
Exactly. It'd be almost like, they take auto shop now in high school, and they get credit for auto shop.
Yes.
And it'd basically be machine shop, essentially, what you think about that, and they get credit for that.
Okay. And because you say this is a new program, and also it pays well, because this is something like we said earlier, you can step into a job that pays well.
Yeah, the manufacturing jobs historically have been good paying, stable jobs.
Okay.
They have good benefits and a good outlook, and they're usually not terribly hard on a person. I mean, you work hard, but like sometimes in the construction industry, that could take a big wear on your body.
Yes.
Where manufacturing, it's usually a fairly nice environment. It's not very bad, so.
Okay. And you mentioned some other things, too, that I really like. And that's the fact that you're learning to read blueprints. You're learning to use machines. You're learning to use calipers for calibrating and all the other things. Mm-hmm. So a lot of attention to detail.
It's very heavy attention to detail, at least in the machining end of things, what I teach. When you have to make something to within 1/1000th of an inch or to within 5/1000th of an inch, you have to pay attention, because a little slip goes a long way, right? So usually that's how it works with the students. They start making mistakes, and they learn from each one of those mistakes. If they didn't make mistakes, they probably wouldn't be learning as much.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But there's nothing wrong with making mistakes in my class. It's how you learn not to.
Oh, this is fantastic. Again, machining and manufacturing is something, again, that I was not familiar with. I really appreciate what Eric is telling us so far, and I hope that you appreciate this as well. And the fact that high school students can dual enroll in your class.
Yeah, it's exciting for them.
But I think it's important that everybody understands that you have a class limit. And so if they don't enroll in time, they're going to have to wait, because it fills up fast, not only with the high school students, but with other people that are looking at getting into this dynamic field.
Exactly. And, you know, as interest grows, if we have a lot of people waiting in the wings, well, then, you know, what happens is we just grow the program.
Okay.
And we try to have more time slots, and maybe we do more night classes, and we'll try to grow accordingly to try to service the needs of the community.
Okay, community, you heard it here first.
Yeah, put me to work.
Let's go ahead and make sure there are a lot of classes, a lot of different time slots, and all the other things. But the class is limited, and you said that's 12?
12, yeah, 12
So
total.
it's limited to 12 people in the class. And this is high school and others that are going to be going into the class. And Eric is here to help us.
Absolutely. I think that it's a needed class in Southern Nevada right now. We are really the only manufacturing-based CTE program in Southern Nevada, as far as I know. There are some good ones up by Truckee Meadows, up by Reno, and out there, that area. But in Southern Nevada, we are really the only machining program going on right now.
And being the only one, that means you're going to be high in demand.
Yeah, and I've been visited by quite a few manufacturers in the Las Vegas area. There's actually a manufacturer in town that's gearing up for some things. So they come to me and they're like, where's the students? I want to start hiring them. I'm like, well, we just started. You're going to have to wait for them to get seasoned a little bit, and then they'll be ready to go. So
it's brand new, and it's something that the manufacturers are looking for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like you said, they're coming to you asking this question, and you're training people so that they can go to work.
Yeah, because the manufacturers will tell me, can you teach them this? Can you teach them that? I want to make sure they know how to do this. I want to know how they know how to measure something really well. I say, absolutely. You're coming in on the ground floor. I'll teach you. I'll teach whatever they need to know.
Oh, gee. Okay. Well, this is Eric Anderson. He's the teacher, supervisor for the machining and manufacturing class, and filling up fast. So we want you to contact Great Basin College, get all the information you can, and join us. And thank you, Eric, for being here.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're so glad to have you back with us. We're going to continue with Great Basin College and all the things that they have in our community for us. I want you to remember, Great Basin College is not a community college. It's in our community, but they issue four-year degrees, which makes them a little bit more than just a community college that issue only associate degrees. Now, Great Basin College does issue associate degrees, but they also issue bachelor degrees. And right now we have Brian G. And Brian, pronounce your last name for me.
Grodzinski.
I'm going to say Brian G. And here we are. Brian's going to be here to tell us about a lot of other things that Great Basin College is doing, and some of the things, the benefits that you can get from Great Basin College. And one of the things we're going to talk about is, well, what about that graduation? You just had your second graduation.
That's right, that's right. Our first graduation in Pahrump was last year. Of course, you know that. You spoke at it. You
and I was honored to be there.
And you were fantastic as our inaugural speaker. We were very proud to have you there. Stacy Smith, she spoke this year from the coalition.
Okay. Stacy's fantastic. I really like her.
Yeah, another big bright spot in the town of Pahrump. So we've been really lucky with our first 2 years, and we're just going to keep growing. We had over 60 graduates this year. About 30 walked. Okay. So it was just a fantastic event, and hopefully it'll just keep it blowing up the way we're planning on it.
For any of you who missed it, look, there's always next year, but plan ahead and look at, we're talking May of 2020. May of 2020, they're going to have another graduation. Put it on your calendar even now.
That's right, that's right.
Okay.
And we invite the community to come out and see it.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, where was it held?
It was held at the Valley Electric Conference Center.
Okay.
It's a beautiful space used for community events.
Yes. So
they kind of open it up with a nice rate for the local school. Lets us have that event there every year.
Okay.
And it looks like we're going to just continue using that space as long as they'll have us there.
Oh, I think it's fantastic. Well, I think the world of Great Basin College. I think the world of Diane Reitman. She's the director out there, and just everything that you guys do for our community, I think is just fantastic.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we really do enjoy it. Diane's been fantastic. She's been there about a decade now.
Okay.
And she's grown it in so many ways, building more and more relationships on a daily basis over there.
I think that's fantastic. Now we had Eric Anderson here for the previous segment, and he talked about some classes and things that they're doing. But what is it you're doing?
So I wear many hats. I'm actually Eric's program assistant.
Okay.
So we're helping build that program as well, the new machining and manufacturing program.
Okay.
But I go out and I try to recruit the local students to come over and grow our student population. I'm also an academic advisor over there.
Okay.
So I can help them pick out their classes, lay out their degree plan, and get them on track for the right degree, right career for them.
You can't beat that, and you're also a veteran, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I served in the United States Army for a little over 3 years.
A little over 3 years, a little over 3 months makes you a veteran. And 3 years will do it. Okay. Where did you serve?
I was at DLI. I was a linguist, and
Okay.
from there I went down to Texas.
Okay. So we have an Army veteran, and he's using his military benefits. And what did you use that for?
I did. When I got out of the Army, I moved into the town of Pahrump.
Okay.
Found out there was a college. They were very welcoming to veterans. Accept the GI Bill with no problems, no strings attached.
Great.
I used it to get my associate's degree at Great Basin College.
Okay.
And because we are a regionally accredited school, I had no problem transferring that to Arizona State and continued to use my benefits to get my bachelor's degree. And now I'm moving on to get my master's.
Congratulations, young man. I
Thank you,
like
sir.
that. I like that. Okay. All these opportunities are available to you as well. Now, Brian has, he's looking at students, something about free tuition. What is that all about?
Right, so you brought up that we are not a community college.
Yes.
But because of our community in the rural area, we do receive somewhat kind of benefits as far as that
Okay.
goes. Right now, we are dealing with a college career and readiness grant for high school students in the rural communities.
Okay.
And that provides free college classes that count as dual credit
Wow.
for those high school students. We received a nice big grant from the state to help this out. And all of these students, they can come over and register with us. They'll sign up for the grant, and it pays for their classes and their books.
Oh, you can't beat this. Now, how do we get the word to our high school students to know that?
We have been traveling around. Diane and I, we went to our local Pahrump Valley High School.
Okay.
Last week, we were there for 3 days, handing out the grant applications, the grant packets. We had, just last week, we had a nice information session for the parents. We expected 20 people, more than 200 showed up. So the word is getting out for these students to take advantage of getting ahead and saving that money for the future.
The other thing, too, and I've been in Pahrump long enough to have heard there is nothing for students to do. And here's something not only that students can do, but they can grow right here in Pahrump, stay in Pahrump, get a job in Pahrump, and this is what it's all about.
That's exactly right. And as you said, we're not a 2-year college. We are a 4-year college.
Yeah.
So you can stay in your hometown, you can get that degree, and we can build this town the way that we want to.
Oh, this is fantastic. Okay. If somebody has any questions, how can they get in touch with you?
So they can just call our main office line at 775-727-2000. And they can ask for me as an academic advisor. They can set up an appointment, come on in.
Okay.
It's always good to see people face to face. We like having students on the campus. They can come in and talk to Diane Reitman. Any way they want to come and stop by, email us. We have plenty of ways. We're a small enough town. Hop in your car, come over and say hi face to face.
Now, I cannot imagine anybody that lives in Pahrump that have not been to the campus. But I'm sure there are some out there that may not have visited.
On a daily basis, I will hear, I didn't know we had a college in Pahrump.
Yes.
So there are quite a few people that don't even know we're there.
But if you see this on TV or if you see it on YouTube, and I would say, copy the link and send it out to your friends so that they know this program exists.
Exactly. We're growing. One of the things that happened at our graduation was our nursing graduates.
Okay.
We had about a half dozen that graduated this year. We just got ranked #1 in the state of Nevada as our small rural college. Great Basin College is the #1 nursing program in the state of Nevada.
Now, when you say nursing program, when they graduate, nursing in what?
They'll be a certified RN.
An RN.
An RN when they graduate, and they can
Okay.
move on to the bachelor's program and get a BSN
Okay.
right through University of Nevada, Reno.
Fantastic. And how many nurses did you have?
We had 5 graduate this time.
5. I think last year when I was speaker, we also had some graduate.
Right. Every year we're having a few graduate, and we're trying to just grow that program as well. And with that new ranking, I'm expecting that we'll start hearing the phone ring a little bit more.
Not only is it fantastic that you're recognized for the outstanding work you're doing, but the graduates, from what I've been told, and I need to verify it with you, that they passed probably at some of the highest scores.
Definitely in the top percentage.
Okay.
And on their national test, when they're done with the
Yes.
program, we have a 100% pass rate.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the number you were looking for. Yeah,
That's what I'm
100%.
talking about.
That's how.
100%. And I know in some other schools they don't have that.
That's right. Some of the bigger schools, that's why we've climbed the ladder up to the top, because
man.
I believe you talked with Eric, the size of our classes.
Yes.
You get a lot of that one-on-one, face-to-face time with that professor. You get to have them right over your shoulder for your clinicals, and you get to learn it in a lot more detail than a 200-person class.
Okay.
So it's a fantastic opportunity to keep the medical field growing and keep those people in the rural communities so that we have that service as we get a little older here.
I think just to have the opportunity of having Great Basin College in our area, we should definitely take advantage of it.
I hope so. I did, and I liked it so much that I came right back to it to help it grow.
We're glad to have you back. We are very glad to have you back. Now, something else. Now, I know this was way back, probably when I was on the town board, that we talked about a new facility for Great Basin College. And I was hesitant to even bring it up. But I know that, you've got something going on. We've still got the land.
That's right. We do.
Still got the land. And it's going to be, as you come in from Las Vegas, it's going to be right on the right on 160 as soon as you get into Pahrump.
That's right. Right before you get to the Speedway down there is where we have
Okay.
that nice land. We're still in the fundraising stages.
Okay.
But we are hoping to raise that money and build an educational hub in Pahrump, combining UNR, UNLV, and having kind of a representative from all of those colleges based in the town of Pahrump, so that you can see how much we want to grow our educational background down here.
That is fantastic. I just think about the fact that little Pahrump, we still want to maintain that lifestyle, because we don't want to be Las Vegas.
No.
But we want to stay Pahrump, but at the same time have the opportunities that when you grow up here, you go to high school here, grade school, high school, and then you can go on to college, and you can also find a good job right here.
Yes, and it looks like the more what we're growing here seems to be those good jobs.
Absolutely.
And that's what, like you said, we hope to have that continue to grow.
Everybody that's listening today, I just want you to pay close attention to what we're saying about Great Basin College. You have such a fantastic opportunity, not only for education, but for a career.
That's right. And right now we're in the registration stages. So we're hoping that everybody will come out. We've got registration open for summer and fall classes already.
Okay.
We have the grant opportunity for those high school students to come over and get those dual credit classes. There's plenty of other federal grant opportunities being in a small rural community.
Okay.
A lot of our community members qualify for that federal help. So we have that four-year college, that's who we are, with that small town community college feel almost to it. So we get those benefits of those smaller classes, smaller prices. And like I said, we have that registration open. Summer classes start June 10th. Fall classes start August 26th, and registration's open for everybody right now.
You know, the other part to that, and you said it earlier, that even if you decide you don't want to stay in Pahrump, these credits will transfer to any place else.
That's right. We're regionally accredited and part of the Nevada System of Higher Education, along with UNLV and UNR.
Yep.
So we're directly connected to those big schools.
Well, look, I know we're running out of time, and I have to say this. For Eric, for Diane Reitman, the director, for Brian G. Look, I just want to say thanks for not only for just coming on the show, but for coming and bringing us just a wealth of information about what they can accomplish just by going to Great Basin College.
I really appreciate the opportunity to be on your show and be able to talk to our community about those opportunities. So thank you so much.
Thank you.